Guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about Sick of Myself. So Sick of Myself is the title in English. I don't know the original title of this film and I don't really know when this is coming out like worldwide. I got to see this at a film festival and I just thought, well, this is the perfect time to let you know about a new film that hopefully comes out soon. This, I think, premiered somewhere else in another festival last year, but it's not available yet, like worldwide release. So yeah, if you got the chance to watch this one, let me know in the comments, but please don't spoil anything. I don't really know if there's a lot to spoil, but yeah, let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's get to it. So if you don't know what Sick of Myself is about, this is from the same producers, I think, from The Worst Person in the World. I didn't review that film, but I watched it and I love it. Like, I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because I really related to the main character, and I'll get more in depth, but this has the same vibe, but it's way darker than the other film. It's a dark comedy, this one, and what I can say about it, without like spoiling anything and without getting too deep into what happens, is that this one is about a couple that they are really competitive with each other, and when one of them gets like famous for something, the other one just goes to extreme measures to get the attention to themselves. So yeah, that's pretty much it, without, as I said, getting into some specifics. So yeah, the movie stars mainly two actors that I don't know, like I've never seen them in anything, and I'm probably gonna butcher their names because they're like Norwegian or something, I don't know, but the movie is Norwegian. So it stars Christine Kujattorp, probably said it wrong, and Eric Seither. As I said, I'm probably butchering their names, so I'm sorry because they were great. And with that said, let's get to my thoughts. So overall, I enjoyed the film. As I said, it has the same vibes as The Worst Person in the World, but this one, it's a bit harder to comprehend, I would say, because it's a really basic story, and the thing is, it's pretty obvious what the meaning is and what the message behind the film is, but because it is so obvious, you start doubting it, like you start thinking maybe there's more to it, and I don't think there is, honestly. I've did a little bit of research and read a bunch of other reviews, like of people that have seen it already, and I think the message is like pretty straightforward at the end of the day. It's just, I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more, I would say, but it's still a pretty outrageous film. Like, the things that happen here, they're really believable, honestly, and that's the worst part, because it's so believable, and the things that these people do are crazy. And yeah, I was just shocked by some of the things that happen, some of the decisions of these characters. And one thing that both this film and The Worst Person in the World do, is that the characters feel real. I didn't feel like I was watching like a character. I felt like this was real life, and that's amazing. I really like that. Obviously, that's on the story, but it's also on the performances, as I said. these actors are great, mainly the main girl who plays Sing. She's amazing, the things that she has to do and the character she has to portray, it's yeah, it's crazy, and she does an amazing job. I really really liked her performance, because her character is the worst. And the cinematography, same as The Worst Person in the World, really sleek, really beautiful. Like the city this is set in, it's also amazing, so everything adds to how the movie looks. And even though this is not really categorized as a horror movie, you could put it in that category, because there are a tons of gore, tons of like disturbing stuff and gross things, and yeah, it has a lot more gore than I thought it would have, which I love, obviously. And finally, as I said, this overall is super similar to both Triangle of Sadness and The Worst Person in the World. More the latter, as I said, like the editing style, the font they use, the flow of the story, everything is really similar, which in a way is kind of a downfall for this film, because even though I love The Worst Person in the World, it just means that this one isn't as amazing, because you've seen some of these like techniques and this style before. So even though it didn't like wow me, even though it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, I still think this is definitely worth a watch. And mainly if you love satire, like the satire here, it's amazing. And yeah, it's definitely worth a watch for all the crazy things that happened in this film. And post that, let's get to my scores. So overall, I give the film a 3.5 out of 5. It's almost a 4. Maybe on a rewatch I give it a 4, but in my first viewing I think it's a 3.5. I just wanted a little bit more out of this film, but it's still great. Cinematography, I also give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's just that thing that it's way too similar to that other film, so I wasn't as amazed by this cinematography. Still beautiful, still well put together, just not new. And originality, I give it a 4 out of 5. Definitely really original. I don't think I've seen something like this or put this way. So yeah, this story is crazy, is bonkers, so believable at the same time. So yeah, I do recommend it. Yeah guys, that's it for my review of Sick of Myself. Let me know in the comments if you have seen it already and what you thought. If you haven't seen it, let me know in the comments if you're planning on to, if you know the date that this will come out in the US or in your country. Let me know in the comments and I'll pin it so everyone knows when this will be available worldwide. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.